So I've got some official church business that is taking me to Branson, and I thought, let's take advantage and let me show you the Branson Strip and what the town is like. So I've got some business that's taking me to Branson. I gotta go, and thought, well, let's take advantage of this. And while my wife drives, I'm gonna give you a chance to take a look at the Branson Strip to see what's there, the attractions, a couple brand new things that are coming up, and especially since we're getting ready to hopefully reopen here in a couple weeks, it'll give you an idea of what's waiting for you if you do come to Branson this year. So let's hop in the car and go take a look. This is the Shepherd of the Hills homestead. See the tower. They've got their zip lines there, and then their outdoor adventure area. They've added a few things here over the last couple years, but this is the actual old Shepherd of the Hills part here. Old Matt's cabin, and then they've redone what used to be an outdoor theater. They've made it an indoor one. And hopefully they'll have that open here soon, we hope. There's Branson. Now, one of the first things that we see as we come in is the Butterfly Palace, which is up here on the left. It's actually a fun little thing for the kids. They do have a bunch of butterflies, of course, but they've got a number of other animals as well. The old RFD theater, which hopefully something happens with that soon. You'll see several old theaters that aren't occupied currently as we come through town. A number of other attractions, and we're just going to hit the strip itself. Highway 76. The locals all call it the strip because it's one road through town, 2 lanes. The nice thing is not a lot of traffic right now, but it should be busy, so hopefully we get it open soon. This big tower on the right, this is the Bigfoot attraction, and they've got the tower, a mini golf course, and a couple other things, including a Bigfoot expedition. I actually visited there last year, and I got a whole video on it. A great little place to go. On the left, you've got the Dinosaur Museum, the BB Gun Museum, and the World's Largest Toy Museum, which is a fun little place to check out. Encourage that. Sky Surfer, which has some fast go-karts. Haven't been able to do that yet. One of the multiple go-kart tracks. And several of these things I'll try and catch again on the way back. This is Whitewater on the left, and our water park. It's not a big water park, but it's a nice little one that's here. You can see you get a little traffic. The Presleys are coming up. Here, sorry, the Duddens first. Our CC's Pizza on the right. Jim Stafford still performs here a little bit. The old Mickey Gilley Theater is now the Grand Shanghai Mickey Gilley Theater. Then the Lodge of the Ozarks, Liverpool Legends, which is a great Beatles group, if you like that. You can see the Hughes brothers there now. And then the Andy's Ice Cream, another go-kart track. And, of course, the Branson Wheel at night. That is absolutely amazing. Very neat to see the light show on it. The Ripley's Museum is coming up right here. And you can see it's got its giant transformer outside. There you go. Along with a few other fun things. And supposedly the world's largest roll of toilet paper. I haven't seen that yet. And this is kind of the heart of the strip. You can see the Titanic on the left, which is the Titanic Museum. That's actually a really fun little museum. It'll take you a few hours to get through. And then we've got a number of other things here. The Walgreens Pharmacy looks like it is closed. Okay, that's interesting. Ozark Land is right there. Typical souvenir shop. Great place to get cheap souvenirs and stuff. Now on the left here, this actually used to be a theater, and I'll catch it when we come on the way back because it's interesting now. You can see King Kong's backside. This is the Wax Museum, Mirror Maze, and a few other things. So nice little attraction there. This is the Presleys. So they and the Bald Knobbers were the original performers here on the Strip. And they actually, believe it or not, live back there. Some of them do. But there's the Presley's Theater. We'll swing back around at the Americana, which is actually one of the older theaters here in town. And then this building up here on the left is new. That is Wonderworks, and it looks like it's coming along pretty well. The old Baldknobbers Theater used to be there, but from the outside at least, it looks pretty close to being done. That's one of the big new attractions. And then over here on the right is going to be the other one. This is the old Grand Palace Theater. They're building a huge aquarium here, and you can see it's definitely got a lot of progress to go, but they've been making some good progress on it. See if we can swing over here and give you a look through the fences. Big holes in the ground. Long ways to go yet, but it should be nice when it's all done. King's Castle Theater. And just so you know, yes, we got about a week until the state reopens, and that's why we're staying in the car. We're actually having to run some church errands here, pick up some supplies for the church. That's why we're coming through, so taking advantage. This is a booster. One of these points I'm going to get on that at the track. Love those things. The chicken place, yeah, interesting food. Personal recommendation, there's better in town. This is the old Ride the Ducks place. Obviously not Ride the Ducks anymore. Ripley's bought it right before that happened. So now they got the Super Fun Zone, and they've got a big maze in the back they call Top Ops, and a few other things that are there. Then the Branson Mountain Coaster, which I'll probably try and catch on the way back. That's one of the Alpine coasters. The other one is actually just out of town. And then Taco Bell. The Shoney's up here was actually pretty much plastered by the tornado a few years back. It's now reopened. You wouldn't even know a tornado would hit it. Splash Country and Grand Country. This is the small indoor water park. It's really aimed at kids. It has a couple things outside, but not a bad little place. And then they've got an indoor mini golf course and an arcade and a pizza place and a buffet and, of course, a theater. Can't have anything in Branson without a theater. And we're starting to get closer to the freeway where we're going to make a stop and then get ready to turn around, but come down the hill first. This is another one of the old theaters here, and this is actually one I haven't been to yet. The Music City. God and Country on the right. Smaller theater with the Statler Brothers Revisited, which is ironic right now because Harold, one of the original Statler Brothers, just died a couple days ago as I record this. So he was the bass singer and one of the comedians, and wonderful guy. Roller skating rink? Yes, they actually have roller skating around here. And then right up here is Dolly's Dixie Stampede. Or sorry, it's just Dolly Parton Stampede now. Whoops. And then the American Bandstand Theater with the Dick Clark's American Bandstand recreation. Six is actually going to be here this year. Buckets and Boards is here this year. So they're going to have some good concerts there. Plus, hey, you want a Hertz donut? Yeah, they got some of those donuts are meals. They're insane. And I'll give you a look at Fritz's and stuff on the way back. But that puts us most of the way through the Strip here. We do have the big, huge car museum. This just opened up a year or two ago, and I actually have not been able to get over to it yet. So it's kind of on the list of things to do. And then Fall Creek is actually one of the roads you can use to get around the Strip. There are a bunch of hotels off to the right, which will take you down to Green Mountain Road, and a good way to avoid some of the traffic typically. Our side routes are all color-coded, and I think that's the yellow route. So yeah, the colored routes are great to avoid traffic. So here's another look at the car museum, the Auto and Farm Museum. I don't know too much about it other than that. And then this is actually what you're going to be kind of greeted with as you get off the freeway. Like, oh yeah, Branson, it just looks like a great place to visit, doesn't it? The Veterans Museum with the huge statue. I need to get to that at some point too. And then if you heard that there was a little amusement park carnival thing that had opened up in Branson last year, and well, it was there and then it wasn't, and that was right over here on the left. Yeah, for sale. It didn't last long. Could have been fun, could have been cool. Bombed. Branson does get a number of things like that hey, this could be neat, and the people that open these things expect hordes of people to come in and start pouring in money, and it doesn't work, and they don't have enough to last long enough to establish themselves. So, not a good business model. And then the little Veterans Garden that is right here. And if we were to continue down this road, you're going to get to the freeway, and then I'm going to swing the camera up, right up towards that direction, and that actually leads you to Old Branson, where Dick's Five and Dime is, and several other places like that. Okay, so heading back the other direction, this is looking from the freeway, and now we're going to head back down into town and give you another look at everything, but from the other side, and cover a couple things that I missed. You can see from this view, it's real pretty. Now, if you're interested and you've watched the Undercover Boss, that is where the Silver Dollar City guy stayed. Woohoo! Okay, aren't you excited? I'm just like shaking out of excitement for that. Yeah, okay. It's, the Veterans Memorial Garden again. This is actually all hand-tended by people. It's a really pretty little garden, and I gave you a great view of the corner of the car. Sorry. Another little garden right over here. And you'll get a little bit better look at the Veterans Museum up here too. And the statue, the sculpture of all the soldiers marching, which is really cool. Here's our failed deal. They actually tried doing some monster truck ride things there too, and yeah, interesting place. Hey, now that's the way I'd like to be riding on the strip today. Gorgeous day. Definitely convertible kind of day.
Yes.
Except then you'd have all the wind blowing and you wouldn't hear a thing I'd say. And this is the Veterans Museum again. And you can see the Huey, the helicopter there, and that wonderful sculpture. Definitely a place I got to get into at some point. And here's our Auto and Farm Museum. And as we come down the hill, Dick Clark's is the first theater that you get to see, which I showed you that. Over here on the right, this is Fritz's Adventure. That's actually a skydiving simulator right there. Woo! Red light. That's okay, though. Give me more time to talk about this. We actually did a video of Fritz's Adventure. Went there with my nieces and nephews. Really cool place. They've got a zip line in there and all sorts of climbing things and exploring, and it's actually really, really cool. So if you've got kids up through tweens, young teens, definitely a cool place to take them. Absolutely. And then this is the other look at Dick Clark's with Hertz Donuts. If you've never had a Hertz donut, you got to at some point. And then there's a better look at Dixie Stampede and its dinner show. A lot of fun. Great show to go to. Cold Stone and Fuddruckers. And then the Center Stage Grill and Bar, where they sing to you. There's a couple places like that here in town. I'll point out one of the others that we pass. You'll get a little bit better view of it this direction. Billy Bob's Dairyland, which we just passed, is a real popular place to eat. There's Music City again. rib crib, and you'll get a little better look at the Grand Country here. The pizza buffet actually is not bad. It's not, the one thing you won't find is a really good pizza around here, but their pizza buffet is pretty decent. It and Cece's I would put right about on the same level. So that should give you an idea of what the pizza's like here when I'm saying that Cece's is a good pizza for the area. So we'll swing back around the water park again. And again, a fun little water park. There actually is another little museum hiding back down the hill there called Wild World. I have not been inside there. It was one place that did not give discounts to Silver Dollar City people, and it was not cheap. So here's a better look at Branson Coaster. You can see the other ride there, that's part of it. A little bit like a Skyflyer. Great little alpine coaster, and just a nice little area. A good look. That is actually the Sight and Sound Theater out there, if you want to see the big biblical productions. Let's see, old Ride the Ducks. And there's our booster once again. And we'll be coming up to the construction once more. And that gives you a good look at the old Mansion Theater construction getting converted over. The Andy Williams Theater is on the left. We lost Andy a couple years ago, but the Osmond brothers took it over. So there's a blast for the past for some of you. And another look at the theater. You can tell they actually took down the whole front facade as part of its construction. And then the Grand Palace Village. That's got the Mel's Hard Luck Diner where they sing to you. And Wonderworks, which it really looks like it, from the outside at least, it looks done. Americana again with Terry Sanders, probably the best known funny guy in Branson. You can see him in Silver Dollar City too. And then here's the one place I was talking about I couldn't give you a good look at. This used to be a theater, the Starlight Theater on the right. The Inquirer bought it, and they have now turned it into this thing. And we're not quite sure what it's going to be. Beyond the Lens. And, yeah. There's a lot of people in Branson that are very highly skeptical of that, let's just say. And then the Titanic again. And the Branson Wheel. There's another cafe right over here, the Uptown Cafe, which is actually a very nice little eatery. Ticket place. The one thing with these ticket places is be careful. There's a couple that are good, but a lot of them try to suck you into the timeshare presentations. Timeshares are huge in Branson, and it's very easy to get caught in one that you didn't want to get caught in, and high pressure sales. So just be cautious and careful about that. Better look at the wheel. You can also see a couple of the other attractions that we didn't really get to see the other way around. There's Ripley's again, and then one of the mini golf places, and they've got a sky shot ride, Branson Wheel and Tracks, mini golf over here, go-karts, and just a number of different things. The go-kart places around here are great. Oh, and Andy's Frozen Custard. Got to get some Andy's when you're in town. If you've never had Andy's Frozen Custard, you are missing out. Lodge of the Ozarks, which is a very nice place to stay if you can afford it. So the Duddens, CC's. Duddens are actually doing free shows on Thursday nights on their Facebook page right now, too. Here's a better look at Whitewater. And you can see some of the slides that are there. It's a nice little park. It's not the biggest or fanciest water park around, but it's nice. And then another look at the tracks. Most of these go-kart places are actually all owned by one company. You can actually bounce around if you buy the right kind of ticket. You go from place to place. There's another look at Bigfoot, as well as the Sky Surfer. I haven't seen the Sky Surfer actually run in quite a while, but Bigfoot's a great little attraction. So definitely check them out. And then Craft Mall, we do have at least 3 large craft malls in Branson to check out. We actually passed one up way at the other end of the strip. And then as we come down here, we're almost to the end where you can make a turn. We're going to be heading up the hills. You can see the Butterfly Palace there again. Or you could head down the hill, and that's kind of the other half of Branson down that direction. And that's the way that you're going to go to get to the Sight and Sound Theater and the Mansion Theater, and a few of the others would be right down this hill there. And once our light turns green, I'll give you a look at that. There's a look at the RFD Theater too, although it's going to change names again. Kind of sad. Nice theater, but it had a group that bought it and just never got the people in they wanted to. As we go, there's your other look down. That's the IMAX down there, the big movie theater, and you can see other theaters off in the distance. So that's a look at the Branson Strip and some of the stuff that's here to do, and some of the stuff that you wish you could do, and some of the stuff that you'll never get to do. And then Shepherd of the Hills, of course, is up these hills. So I hope you enjoyed that little look at the way things are here at the end of April 2020, as we're getting ready to try to start reopening things from the coronavirus. Oh, we can't wait to get it reopened. So that's a look at Branson. I hope you enjoyed this little look at the strip, and like I said, hopefully 2 weeks, we're hoping. If you've got any questions about anything we drove by or what's there, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see as well. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe as well. Thank you as well to my patrons, because thanks to their financial support, I'm planning on doing at least a couple of those things there. So if you want to know more about Patreon or YouTube memberships, be sure to check the description below too. Thank you so very much, and God bless.